Hey everyone, Luis Fernandez here with a rapid reaction after Tennessee's loss to Alabama. 3-2 the final score in the second round of the NCAA tournament. It took 11 innings to find a winner in that game. It was a pitcher's duel for the majority of it. Tennessee went about nearly 4 innings after the first before they were able to get another hit after getting 2 hits in the bottom of the first. Will Heflin getting the start for Tennessee. Only gave up 1 run, but he did load the bases in the top of the 6th, bringing in Camden Sewell, who walked a runner in, making the lead 2-0 Alabama, but ultimately was able to get out of that jam. Tennessee scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to make it 2-2. And the interesting play that a lot of people are talking about and are going to continue to talk about was the bottom of the 9th. Bases were loaded. There was 1 out for Tennessee. Jake Rucker comes up and hits a grounder right to the shortstop, who picks it up and tosses it to second base for the first, or I should say the second out of the bottom of the 9th inning. The second baseman then throws it to first. The throw is high, and Jake Rucker is safe, and it appears that Christian Scott comes home for the walk-off run. However, upon further review and the call that was made on the field by the umps was that there was interference from Max Ferguson, who was tagged out at second base. When you go back and you look at the situation, he slides in. He's in the sliding lane for second base, so that's not the problem. But his left arm comes across his body and kind of braces himself against the second baseman who's coming towards him. Was it nefarious in nature? I don't think so. It looks kind of like he's just avoiding getting kneed in the face. And my initial thought was, that's an awful call. How can you make that call? However, Ben McKee with the Rock Top Insider, shout out to Ben McKee, tweeted out the picture of the rule in the NCAA manual. And the rule itself says that there's essentially spaces outside of second base that a fielder is kind of given safety. So if the runner, even if they are sliding appropriately to second base, crosses over and makes any kind of contact, then it would be ruled interference. So it's, by the rules, it is correct. It seems to be the correct call, but it feels very, very light. I don't know if that's the kind of call you would see called all the time. So the frustration from Tennessee fans, from Tony Vitello, who was not too happy with it after the game, I totally get it. One thing he and all the players did emphasize, though, was that the game is over. You got to move on, because fortunately it's double elimination. So Tennessee now has to essentially win every game left in the SEC tournament. They are going to play at 10:30 tomorrow morning, or 10:30 Thursday morning, depending on when you're watching this. They're going to play Mississippi State, who's the number 3 seed in the SEC tournament. They got crushed by Florida earlier on Wednesday. So you'll have a 2-3 matchup in a win or go home game at 10:30 on Thursday. So something to watch there. If Tennessee were to win that game, then they move on and play it, I believe, at 4:30 on Friday. So SEC title, SEC tournament hangs in the balance for Tennessee. They need to get the win against Mississippi State in order to continue to advance.